respected when it comes to the bans, but should be respected when it comes to the answer to the late game, for example. Bruno, surely a great hero in the late game, but maybe they should match that. They should have a hero that can destroy the CW in the late game.
With that being said, we're jumping into the drafting phase for game number 3, where both teams, they can take a punch, but more importantly, they can dish out the punch. We're looking at here, looking like both teams have already banned quite a few heroes here, and we're just waiting on the first pick. Looks like APBR will be the first pick, and ONIC will be second pick, banning out the Kaja, the Joy, and 1-1 for ONIC, banning out the Matilda, Nolan, as well as Guinevere. First pick, Frederick for APBR. ONIC follows up with the Theramis as well as the Bruno.
Okay. Ooh, great choices here, but we've seen from the 2 games right now, blue side 100% win rate, right?
Yep. And I think Valen and Claude could be good for APBR. Claude obviously great against the Faramis, great against the Bruno. Valentina can be able to copy that Faramis. The only next option might be Lilia, so I'm thinking Lilia or Valen with the Claude here for APBR.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like if you don't take those options, it is going to be banned out for you. Let's go 7 games. Oh,
okay.
Yes, we do want 7 games. Let's go!
Let's go 7 games. You also have a picture of Alien there from Fireflux. Shout out to Alien if he's watching this.
That's right.
And again, looking at this, I agree 100% with you, Wolf. But looks like they're going for a different angle here. They're picking
totally
up the Brody as well as the Arlet, but we can see when it comes to the fights, they can fight a lot of CC here.
Yep. And that's a combo. That Frederick and Arlet, it's a combo because you have supplementary stuns that can allow the Arlet to have so much dashes, unlimited dashes, unlimited ways to sustain himself.
Mercus is real?
Yep.
I mean, you said a 4-0.
And it's not 4-0, so that part of the curse is real already.
Okay. All right.
So again, going back into the draft here, I like what you said, Wolf. A lot of vengeance coming in from this Arlet because of all the CCs coming in from APBR. Most wanted, Nolan is the most contested hero. Banner pick 143 times in 145 games, 99% ban and pick rate, and now ONIC, they're going with an Akai, banning out the Novaria as well.
Now my question is this the most like contested pick of all time, or was the Fredrin even more contested at M4?
I don't know, but either way for M5, it's not a Nolan, it's a Yeslin.
Yeslin. Well, technically Nolan, because we don't get to see him a lot.
Okay, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Neverland.
Well, we do get to see him, so it's not never. Never say never, man. All right, Wolf, take over.
Yep. Nolan, obviously Nolan is one of the strongest heroes, but so is the Novaria in the hands of APBR. I think their few is very comfortable with this hero, despite, having to face the Faramis. The thing with Novaria is it's a threat when you don't have the dive. So ONIC banning out this Novaria kind of tells me they will not go for any kind of dive kind of composition. Maybe on the XP lane, but overall they will close this out with a front-to-back composition. Maybe secure the Minotaur, maybe secure the Tigreal as their frontliners, or maybe even a Ruby again for Keyboy.
Yeah, honestly, having that Novaria with the Fredrin as well is going to be very difficult for you to fight around the turtle here. With ONIC, it looks like having the Akai is going to protect the backlines here, so perhaps they're fleeing again for CW. So ONIC going into this match, going up against APBR, they're really putting a lot of pressure on CW shoulders.
What's interesting is the fact that they are ignoring the Valentina completely. It feels like they want the Valentina. We will overload you with more ultimates already at Akai and Faramis.
Which is crazy because you have so many good ultimates to copy, and they're just forcing the Valentina out. Meaning to say that they know that the APBR will not have a good time with that Valentina.
We gotta have this conversation as well. Going up against the Bruno, I kind of feel like the distance Valentina goes in is going to be a little bit easier for Bruno to deal out the damage compared to the Novaria as well as the Lilia. So I think this is solidifying Wolf's theory about how the draft, they're not going to go for dive.
Yeah, they're not going to go for dive. So Minotaur should be the ban here for APBR. I want to give that. Even when you have access to Valentina, that's a hero that will make ONIC really comfortable. What was that?
Wait.
Let me just see here. I'm not seeing a ban. So
seems like there's no ban.
No ban? For APBR?
Is that a mistake? It has to be, right?
It has to be. We're talking about Nolan, not no ban.
Whoa. I mean, I don't know how we're...
Okay, they're solving it. They're solving it for sure.
Yeah, for now, again, we're just looking into the situation. And when I say looking into the situation, we're turning around and we're looking at the players. I don't know. I don't see a lot of reaction coming in.
No.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, but okay, we can see here that they are discussing. So
Yeah.
I feel like ONIC, they're just waiting to see what is going to be the result. If not, we're just going to continue the pick and bans like normal. It's not getting picked up. There is a bit of dive if this draft goes through.
Yeah. How do you recover now if you're APBRand? I mean, obviously we were
Mind
talking about
games.
Minotaur, but could be mind games.
Could be, right?
APBRand still has the Valentina, but maybe they consider Angela now with their heroes that they have. And then, how about Diggy actually for APBRand? Diggy and Lapula, or Diggy and perhaps Valen. You know?
That's a good choice. Diggy, Valentina, you steal one of the ultimates and then the other one is used to just force the team.
Spicy.
Yep.
Okay.
Very spicy. I'm not against it. I'm really not against it, especially going up against ONIC here, where you want to contest the neutral objectives. Having a lot of damage before the fight starts is going to help out, especially because they banned out the Novaria, probably because of that reason.
Gord.
Oh. And the Lapu.
Hey, the panelists talked about it. Hey, listen, right?
Okay.
So we got word that, okay, we're going through with this, but we got to talk about this Gord because even the panelists has talked about this is the new age of an Eve, new age of a Farsa. So it's all about zone control.
Gord is great versus Faramis overall.
But against Yuzong
But against Yuzong, no, against Akai.
Yuzong round?
Oh man, that's a weird pick. But of course, APBRand, they might be able to make it work, which means ONIC can just go for something like Ruby to defend themselves, right? Someone who can tank the damage of the Gord, the front lines. They still have the Minotaur as well. They have so many heroes for keyboard. Even the choke could work in this particular scenario.
Definitely, against a Brody, right? I mean, that's usually the green light to go for a big pick. And hey, you called it, Mr. Wolf. The choke comes in. But yeah, to confirm to everybody who's still wondering, no ban, that is indeed what you see. No ban coming in from APBRand. Mind games.
Mind games. APBRand wants to give a statement. Against ONIC, we just need 4. And here's the thing.
But if they lose, right?
But is it not impressive if they win, though?
It would be.
If they win, though.
If they win, it would be impressive, amazing. But then I gotta ask, if they lose with 4 bans, that mistake could be like a bit costly.
Oh, obviously. I mean, you're gonna be scratching your head so much, and you're gonna be filled with regret afterwards.
Well,
this just tells us that APBRand just needs to win.
Yeah.
Well, we're jumping into this game. Hit Scratcher or not, we gotta see. With APBRand coming in with the mind games, is it enough to shake the Sky Kings ONIC? Or will they continue to show that they are untouchable? We're going into game number 3.
All troops deployed.
It's scary. I'm actually scared for the Gord in the early stages, just mainly because of the Yuzhong, the Akai, and then you have the supplement of this show. And even then, we're talking about no dive from the side of ONIC, but then if you realize after the Yuzhong as well as the Joe pick, with the Faramis intact, that means that they have the green light. They have the license to get into the backlines now. The first 3 picks coming out from ONIC might not be dive heroes, but with the Faramis in combination with the Cho as well as the Yuzhong, that's going to be scary. I'm legit scared for this Gord.
Well, Flicker very aggressively in the start of the game. Super Mario taken low, but look at the decision to not flicker back. He decides to walk away, but he will pay with us a lot of HP.
Now we got to see how CW manages the lane, because it looks like Super Marco, even though he was chunked up quite a bit, he is going to be able to last hit that gold minion there. So good effort coming in from ONIC, but Super Marco sticks to his guns, staying in the lane.
Going at the other lanes, it's Lapu Lapu versus the Yuzhong. I believe that FlapTZ will have a great time this game. I think that overall, this was probably the best pick here for APBRand. Great versus the Faramis. Obviously great against CW. And CW did not go for the Purify, went for the Flicker. So that's going to be a target for sure for FlapTZ.
And right now looking at the battle here, Sans started the battle off, being very proactive around the map, trying to target Super Marco here. So the question is for ONIC, as well as APBRand, which is the lane that's going to be targeted? Are they actually going to put a lot of pressure on the gold lane, or they're going to put a lot of pressure, as we see right now, perhaps in the EXP lane?
Yeah, EXP lane for sure, because they need to team fight around the turtle. Very important for APBRand as well as ONIC to get this first turtle.
All right, the turtle is going to be the name of the game, and we got to look at the boots coming in. If he gets level 4, as well as FlapTZ, both can dive, and both can dive very, very hard, but CloudTZ goes in off his hands.
No flicker on Sans, you got to remember it. You go all in for APBRand. They find first blood by catching Sans off guard. Meanwhile, Kyrie holding onto the turtle. Calteezy still has that red tree. Keyboy's looking for the flag. Few gonna be spotted out. Heavy spin still ready for Kyrie. Jumps in. Oh!
What?
It's Flapteezy who gets the steal on the turtle. Now, furious dive defensively by Boots. Ogwin following through. Calteezy doing the same thing. Keyboy. G Kundo to the front. Boots gonna be chunked down by Ogwin. Boots running away still. Ogwin still chasing. A big vengeance. The final slash. Resetting. Bravest Spider by Flap. No flicker committed. No flicker to be used. ONIC still hovering over the orange buff right now. Flapteezy looks for the steal. Jumps in. Sans doing some damage back. Bravest Spider, the third spot gonna be used up right now. Mr. Gush. No flicker used. Flap. He didn't just steal the turtle. He stole the orange buff too.
Allow me to say, ONIC needs to breathe because I don't think I would ever say this, but
1v1 and outplay from Sans pops the Netherrealm clutch.
Massive play coming out from Sans, but my AP Brent with Ogwin as well as Flapteezy. Early game aggression coming out from them, and Kyrie was holding onto the retribution because it was cooling down. He was 2 seconds away from the retribution to be off cooldown, but then Flapteezy steals that orange.
Dual hero here, statistic as well, 70% win rate for Bruno and Fermis whenever they're paired up together. I was about to say, I kind of feel like Boots made a mistake because he was going down and he was going to, but before that, CW gets engaged on.
Good stun over, flicker, backwards from CW. Keyboy with the way to Dragon defensively now as that's the Mystic Projectile, not connecting. Keyboy has got some stacks onto him, but Super Marco won't decide to pop that torn apart memory. Calteezy will decide to invade the enemy jungle, 2 levels ahead. Who gets it? Was that Kyle?
Dude, at this point, even though Kyrie was able to scare it, but again, the difference there, 2 levels, that's a big impact, Wolf.
Absolutely. And this is going to be a big problem for ONIC, especially because they're facing up against Brody Lapu Lapu. We're talking about the problems for Few, but now you can disregard that totally because AP Brent, they've created 4 problems for ONIC to solve. And Few is not a priority at all for ONIC.
At this point, AP Brent, they can pick up the tempo because for a Lapu Lapu, level 4 is all you need. And now with all the advantages coming in from Super Marco, I feel like he's just moments away from his second item, and then once he gets the second item, he's moving with the team.
Okay, but Flapteezy on the other side gets picked off. Super Marco tried to go for Boots there, but Kyle will be able to trade it back for a neutral objective. He knows the info. Kyrie has used his red tree, and he goes straight for the purple buff. Keyboy. G Kundo not connecting. Ogwin connecting on his first skill. Now ONIC will lose out on the purple buff. Calteezy steals it away, invades ONIC's jungle.
Right now, I think it's a little bit rough for Kyrie, but I think it's fine for him, especially as an Akai. But right now, the space given to CW having 1 kill, but I kind of feel like they're still targeting him here.
The turret eater, Super Marco. Keyboy finds a G Kundo away the dragon, but it's only onto the offside. Super Marco flickers back to safety, and now Kyle's locking Keyboy down. Netherrealm HP dealt with by the Appraiser's Wrath. The taunt connects, and Keyboy will lose his life. But whoa, Ogwin takes it away. Vengeance.
At this point, again, AP Brent gets beat up. Flap was caught. He still wants to fight.
And he does fight. Getting onto the back, CW forced a slight tackle defensively. AP Brent bought enough time for the rest of the members to come through in the mid lane.
And even with that play, that's going to be net positive for AP Brent, forcing out the heavy spin. And Sans cannot do anything at this point but to wait for their moments. Calteezy with the Blade Armor pickup. This is going to be massive. 3.4k compared to Kyrie. He's only secured 2,500 gold. And even the XP is going to be bad. This is going to be a snowball. The AP Brent, especially their jungle, this is what they need and this is what they get. Oh man!
A flanking maneuver on the CW, a bravest spider from Flapteezy. No, it's ONIC. Ogwin gonna be kicked back to the turret range right now with the Helm of the Shadow Stampede. Bringing them back all the way for his side. Mystic Gush from Phil melts them down. Keyboy falls, but Boots gets a double onto Flapteezy now. Sans looking for another opening in this skirmish. Super Marco with an aggressive dash forward. Kyrie looking to go for this orange buff right now, and Appraiser's Wrath secures the orange buff away from Kyrie. 2 levels ahead, and they're looking to go for the purple buff next.
Dude, right now, I'm worried Super Marco just got that Malefic Roar. This is what all he wants. This is what all he needs. At this point, AP Brent can say, you know what, I'm not looking at minions, man. I'm looking at heroes.
He used the red tree, though. Calteezy, because he knows there's no way ONIC can contest.
He knows, and that's because Carrie's half HP. No matter what happens, they will be able to win the turtle fight. And even in ONIC wins the red tree battle afterwards, it's not gonna matter. They're gonna be taken out. AP Brent's snowball is just online.
Dude, look at that cheer, man. Kyle Teasy secures the turtle. At this point, AP Brand, huge power spike. Absolutely huge. Because not just Super Marco securing that Malefic Roar, but Few as well getting that Ice Queen 1. And now Keyboy has to get away. For ONIC, what are they waiting for? Well, what is going to be the power spike for ONIC that gives them the green light to fight back?
Maybe when they have level 15 on Kyrie, maybe if they have level 15 on CW, that should be the only option. And when will that happen ever? 16 minutes, 18 minutes? They have to buy the time. They have 9 minutes to buy, everyone. ONIC definitely not in good shape to fight now.
Yeah, looking at the items as well, a 1-item lead for the mid laner for AP Brand.
Yeah, it's a 1,000 gold lead between the mid laners. That's something we don't get to see a lot from, but Few on the score so far, absolutely lethal. Ogwen trying to chunk Keyboy down. Meanwhile, the rest of the team trying to look for a dive.
Yeah, right now, ONIC, they're in turtle position. This is ONIC being defensive. This is ONIC understanding the game. They can't take unnecessary damage. They can't take unnecessary risk. So try to feed as much gold as you can. But looking at how AP Brand is playing, Kyrie is going to be a little bit starved. So he's going to get that level 15 much, much later. 3 levels down. Keyboy now going to be engaged on his signature Cho. Final slash canceled away as Shunfu. Getting out, but not from the taunt and the Mystic Gush. Even the Netherrealm comes in late. Super Marco, turn of our memory. Boots gets out in time. Ogwen diving in. Petrify, locking him down. Suns pulls Kyle. Ogwen flickers out of the Stampede. Up top, a turret traded in. CW finds it, but Flapteasy might be looking. No, he falls back.
The good thing about that is AP Brand were able to force out some of the battle spells, the Petrify coming up from Boots as well as Sans' Flicker. They did have to spend some of their flickers, but the fact that they have forced ONIC to remove all of their resources means that they can take the Lord fight so easily. 12-9. That's the difference between Kaltizi and Kyrie.
Right now, looking at the formation here, Lord Dance initiated by AP Brand, doing quite a lot of damage to Lord. ONIC, they're spread out. AP Brand, they're clumped up together. Ogwen sees Boots. Conceal.
Conceal coming down. The Rectory will be won by Kyle Teasy. And now they're looking to collapse. They're looking to punish any maneuver. Kyle Teasy locking Keyboy down. Kyrie walking on the other side of the map, and ONIC will be able to disengage. The Lord given over to AP Brett.
Suns now having the Lightning Truncheon is going to help him out when he wants to defend the base, but is it enough, Wolf?
Yeah, it's not going to be enough for now, for sure. I think that the best scenario now for ONIC is if they don't lose any of their inhibitors. It's going to be a tall order.
One stab, Kyle takes it.
Dude, damage dealt? Is this for real?
It is for real.
Ogwen doing the most. Ogwen doing the most, Few second place. But the damage from Suns looks like it is going to be enough. Yep. So I kind of feel like I agree with Wolf, just Lightning Truncheon can't do it just yet, but Keyboy goes in.
That's a lockdown, but a Mystic Gush connects to the backline. Flapteasy will fall before ONIC frontline does. Now it's a lockdown. Oh, Sans gets wiped. AP Brent blitzed him down, bursted him out.
And now AP Brand, 7,000 gold lead. Moving forward, they're looking at the inhibitor. Holy defense use.
Oh! Again back to back! A quick stab from Kyle Teasy. And ONIC has lost again on one member. The laser not quite in range. ONIC still able to defend from the first lord of the game. Mystic projectile, side tackle for CW, but it's not going to be enough to get him out of range. Even with the splash from the turret, ONIC lose a base turret with the first lord of AP Bren.
Now, Black Dragon form used by Oh, that damage though!
Memory, oh my goodness gracious. Boots was almost melted down. Whew. 2 base turrets.
Let me just say, AP Brand, their mind games is working.
Yep.
It's working!
It's working. And the thing is, losing Sans twice in a row. I mean, losing him once, that's a fine because they were able to get the kill out of Flapteasy, but losing him the second time meant that they will not be able to defend 2 of their turrets.
That's a poke down onto Kyrie right now. Another round, not. Oh, it's going to be in time. Keyboy finds a good way to the Dragon, but it's not going to be able to survive in this onslaught of damage. Boots finds a Petrify, Wind of Nature, but still Sparkle falls. The Ghostburster's able to take him down. CW dealing some damage, but AP Brent decide to disengage. 2 for 1 in favor still of AP Brent.
Look at the items, Wolf. What else does ONIC need?
And another defense item for Kyrie for sure, because you see that when he turns up into the fight, even when he's not dying, he's put so low that the heavy spin is not going to be utilized properly. So he needs a second item for sure. We have Sky Guardian Helmet eventually for him to be able to tank up. And then eventually a Radiant Armor. They definitely need Radiant Armor here from ONIC. Somebody has to take it. Otherwise, Few will just destroy them.
CW looking like he wants a Demon Hunter Sword as well to be able to deal enough damage, because Kyle Teasy has been soaking up so much damage coming in from CW. Right now, ONIC, they're at the back foot. But again, they've been in this situation time and time again. So I kind of feel like APB Brand, they can't fall asleep here. They got to make sure, tighten the gameplay and make sure they don't make a mistake coming in.
Stampede from Suns. A resource used up. Kyrie poked down by Ogwen. And also by Few. Kyle holding the Lord. Pinned down. Final slash used up already. Suns. Shadow Stampede once again. Mystic Projectile connecting. Chunking Suns for a bit. ONIC are still hovering over.
Watch out, Marco.
Yep, right now, Keyboy used the conceal, but immediately found out. I don't know how Keyboy can go in, man. He has to make some kind of miracle play. Suns, even he can't find any angles.
He has the flicker.
ONIC looks like they have to disengage.
They have to. There's no way they can contest an AP Bren. Capitalize. A free Lord in the 13th minute.
Right now, ONIC, they have to defend. At this point, too much damage, man, being dealt out by Discord. They got the Yuzong, but the Yuzong can't even go in. He flies, and immediately AP Bread strikes and force him down to the ground. Boots can't do much here.
Radiant Armor picked up by Kyrie. Keyboy has his flicker back. Suns is the most important hero for now for ONIC. And he might be final slash. That's going to be a problem for the side of ONIC.
Ogren looking for an angle right now. Mystic Gush on Kyrie. Heavy spin with another realm right now. The Lord's going to be dealt with right now as Keyboy jumps into the back, not able to find an angle. Stunned up, Chain CC. Keyboy taken out. Sans with flicker. Shadow Stampede. A Brazier Splat connecting LCW. But it's still going to be able to dish out some damage. Flop Teasy with the Brazier Spider. Onto the back with the flicker as well. Boots finds a better fire onto Cal Teasy. Final slash, bringing it back, but he finds the kill. He dies instead. CW going for the waves right now. One more minute away coming down. Sans taken out by Super Marco. It's CW versus the world. A slight tackle back, but what is the member supposed to do? Will AP Bren just lock on to the turrets?
AP Bren strikes back. Even though ONIC won the previous game, but they're like, we're in this. The score now, ladies and gentlemen, 2-1 for AP Brand.
And who needs the fifth ban, right? Especially when you drafted this Lapu Lapu together with the Gourd. And we kind of criticized at the first try with the Gourd, but the Lapu Lapu made so much sense. In combination with this art at the tempo that AP Brand played in, ONIC just can't breathe.
I gotta say, man, this mind games is crucial for this best of 7. With that being said, here's the thing. A lot of things happen in this game. We got to throw it over to Leo as well as Gideon.
Darn right, LaFell. A lot of things that need to be broken down here at the panelist area. So far, so good, but the real question that I think it's on everybody's mind. Coach Ducky, Coach Ren, was that a mistake or was it all part of a big grand plan?
Given how amazing AP Bren controlled the early, late to mid, I can't even say if the mid or the late happened where it did because of how well they forced the advantage. They bulldozed through ONIC, choked out all of their resources, and made it seem like they got all the heroes they wanted anyways and put ONIC where they needed to be to go 2-1 already, this deep into the series.
Like, truly, it's interesting to see. Did it come to a point where everything fell according to plan, so much so that they didn't even need that final ban at the end of the day? Or was it really just nicely done? The team played perfectly well. Let's not forget the fact that they could stack their CC almost immaculately. But I think we have to talk about our MVP here, brought to you by the Republic of Gamers. Give it up for your boy, Few, leading the team, but playing hard to get.
The way Few played this Gourd, one could not believe that he even went deathless, all right? There's a Yuzhong on the other side. There is an Akai on the other side. All heroes meant to find and displace Few, but still he went 4-0-5. Hell, Homie's not even rocking Wilderness Blessing.
He's not. He's being greedy with it. Just the quick agility. He even takes Mystery Shop on top of it all. I don't know. He gets away with too much, and I think, a lot of these older picks, as we jump into the highlights, is going to make a lot more sense here, right? Early stages of the game, you have to admit that Ogwin was doing a great job, not only disrupting recalls, but better yet, slowing down Kyrie in his own jungle.
Not just, you also have Kyle Teasy, who's constantly pushing the advantage. He knows that if I can take everything away from Kyrie, his heavy spins are almost always constantly going to be defensive. And if that's one out of the equation, the Yu Zhong isn't even really a problem.
Exactly. Now, the best part about the composition is that you have a lot of these enablers with strong CC, but you can't cash it out without the right damage. And that's where Few comes in, right? Great communication between Ogwin and Few. Great communication between Kyle Teasy and Few. And I would even make an argument that even Flap was being part of that equation.
That's right, constantly threatening with the bravest fighter, and that just left Super Marco with what we would like to call in the business a gold lane experience. What a performance by Few. What a performance by the MVP. And Gideon, come here, let me tell you a little something, all right? Few is a two-time SEA Games gold medalist.
He's two-time SEA Games gold medalist? No way! I mean, that's not even all. He was part of the original roster when they crushed it at the World Championships at M2!
With that said, let's go ahead and check out the emblem loadout here. So far, we pinpointed the fact that it was a little greedy. Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Not even a single Wilderness Blessing from AP save for Ogwin, right? Ogwin needs to be where he needs to be, and he needs to save up his kit for when he's going to compromise ONIC with those final slashes, which he did, like, say, almost on the dot whenever it came off of cooldown.
Yeah, no, I think what's really interesting overall, right, when we're looking at the emblems, even the item builds start to get just a little bit greedier. Let's hop onto it right now, because as we can see, clearly Kyrie is so under-farmed, right? Can't do much about it. But then we jump over to people like Owen, people like Super Marco, people like, especially when it comes down to Few. He needs to be greedy, right? He's looking for the Ice Queen's wand to slow down his opponents, but more importantly, making sure that he quickly gets that Lightning Truncheon so that he can maintain his speed at all times.
Looking at ONIC in their early to mid transition, it was clear that Sans was still playing Gila. He was still trying to displace the cores of AP Bren, and the fact that he can only really find Super Marco made Few's transition into an MVP core winning performance all the more easy. Because look, even the purples got compromised. Even Few was taking a little bit away from Kyrie, and that's what allowed for them to barrel on forward. Because even if ONIC could find a solid heavy spin, that could have been the saving grace. That could have allowed for the little bit of damage from ONIC to come through and punish, but that never happened.
But that was only one part of the equation, right? When you've neutered Kyrie, now, then all your focus is on our sandbag here, Mr. Keyboy. Every single time he tries to go in for that big dive on towards Few's side, he gets punished each and every time. There's just too many layers that he has to get through just to get on top of Few, whether it be the final slash, whether it be the energy eruption, or even the bravest fighter who was starting to give him issues.
Yep, looking at the damage dealt, again, Sans a hair ahead of CW, who had a decent amount of farm. Truth be told, a lot of the firepower from AP Bren was being laid on to ONIC's peel, onto ONIC's front line. And that said, it's just the matter of what you got and how you use it. ONIC can't use it effectively. They have solid damage, they have solid output. It's just, it wasn't allowed to effectively excel.
Unironically even, I feel like even when you're locked into farmers, you're trying to play a team fight composition designed around